crowd interaction. That's all you're getting from me for the rest of the night. From this point onward, the show is by me, about me, and frankly for me. So I guess I'll start with a little bit about myself. I'm very convinced that Chip Gaines from the Fixer Upper Show on HGTV is a serial killer, and these are my reasons. You know, I feel like I lost you guys with the whole I don't care bit, or the rest of this is just about me thing. You know, it's not that I don't care, it's not that I don't want to, you know, interact with you all. You seem like a lovely crowd. It's just that, well, I'm a stand-up comic, and by trade, what we do is we just point out flaws with ourselves, and I can rattle those off no problem. I'm very afraid of going into Times Square, because I know a tourist will ask me if I'm the actor who plays young Sheldon. I don't wear my Invisalign the recommended 22 hours a day, at best 10 minutes. I'm really worried if I think the new Doctor Who is pretty, that makes me gay. So, you know what, I'll try and get over myself, I guess, and I'll do a little crowd work if you'll indulge me, please. You there, sir? Are you from here?
Warren.
Cool. What do you do for a living?
Fix computer.
Cool. To each other? Oh, goodness. Are you two, married?
Yes.
To each other?
Yes.
Cool. Thank you very much. Now, thank you. I don't know about you, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm 18 years old. I graduated high school a few months ago. It's so nice. I finally am an adult facing real-world adult problems. Right now mine is Yoshi Woolly's World level 6-3. I don't know if it's an adult problem, but I'm an adult and it's a problem, so I'm going to count it. And unfortunately, they don't cover it in the self-help book that every 18-year-old gets upon graduation. Oh, the places they'll go. And I'm sure you can tell by now by the way that I speak and the way that I hold myself. I'm a theater major. Good on you for guessing. Shame on you for assuming gay. But as a theater major, the places I will be going are the back kitchen of a McDonald's. But not as an employee. It's just that when they cut the budget for the National Endowment of the Arts, that's where they're moving Shakespeare in the Park. To want fries with that, or to not want fries with that? That is the question. As previously stated, I go to Pace University. I've been there for about 3 weeks now. It's nice. I'm experiencing freedom for the first time, which is really cool. I'll tell you, the first night I was there, I went and hung out with folks who were drinking. I personally don't drink. I avoid whiskey in the same way that I avoid right-wing ideology. I have a long family history of getting really into it, so I just avoid it as a concept. And so I stood next to people who were drinking, or stood next to people who tried to drink. One of the kids, also his first night of freedom, went up to the bartender and just went, 2 please. And the bartender just said, 2 what? And the kid just went, please. So I stood next to them while they tried to drink. Pace, I'm digging it. It's a wild time. I don't know, you may or may not have heard in the news, but we had a potential hypothetical active shooter situation a couple of weeks ago. It was nothing, no one was hurt, everyone was fine. It was just the kid wore a belt with bullets on it, and that freaked some people out. I was in line trying to pay for my lunch, and this lunch lady just goes, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. And I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but bang, bang. And maybe it's just me, but I don't think finger guns are the appropriate way to respond to the situation. See, it's okay, we can laugh about this. If we don't laugh, we let the belts win. It's a good time. It's really hard right now in this climate to go into finding any sort of entertainment that doesn't have, like, you know, political undertones to it. I try not to make Trump jokes just because I can't really criticize, because I also don't know how to run a government, so we're on equal playing ground. But you know, I can't watch award shows, I can't watch talk shows, I can't even watch Jeopardy because of the socialist undertones. I mean, Daily Double, give me a break. But, you know, and right now, you know, there's a whole big thing with the NFL players, and they're protesting. And now, I don't really watch NFL, I'm sure you can tell that's not really my thing. Gun to my head, I'd ask you to pull the trigger. But, you know, I understand not wanting these players to express their opinions. You know, my brother's a football player, and I don't really like hearing his opinions because he spends a lot of his day trying to convince me that Chip Gaines from HGTV's Fixer Upper is not a serial killer. And listen, the reason they're ending the show is so that he can go back to his first love, killing ladies. That's what he's doing, folks. But what was my point? The NFL, right. And of course, let's not try and pretend that all NFL players are saints. There are 31 other teams. And, you know, we all know the song, Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be NFL players, because they'll get CTE and murder their wives. And so, here's my solution to this problem. It's get rid of helmets. Now, hear me out. Because I don't watch football to think, I watch football so that I can watch others lose their ability to think. Because, I don't know if you guys heard Peyton Manning at the Rob Lowe roast. It sounded like English was his third language behind caveman and TV static. So I think if we get rid of the helmets, that'll just speed this whole process up. And you might be saying, well, you know, that's cruel, but that's when you're still trying to treat athletes like people, and then you have to listen to their thoughts and opinions. But if you treat them like the running, catching machines we have built them to be, then you don't feel so bad. Now, just one final thought before I get out of here. If you are anything like me, sorry, but if you're anything like me, you'd like to believe that you're a good kid. I'd like to believe that I was a good kid. And my reasoning for this is that my parents never really knew how to punish me because they didn't have to do it all that often. Like, for example, my father once found a condom in my room and told me I wasn't allowed to leave the house until I had smoked the whole pack. Thank you so much. My name is Jack McManus. Have a good night.
Give it up one more time for Jack.